So now here we are talking about the selectors, right? So we'll discuss few more. Okay. So if you go here, for example, this bit, right? Right click and just mention the inspect. Okay. Just select the inspect. If you inspect it, right, we can see the selectors associated to that particular field. Okay. So you can see whatever we are selecting, right? Those are called as the selectors. Okay. So when the developers are developing these websites, okay, when the developers are developing this website, right, what they will do, they will add some selectors, okay, to that particular field, or we can see it's a properties, right? But what our tool will do, it will take only the unique selectors or unique identifier so that it can uh, verify, yes, this is a email, this is a address, okay, or this is a company, okay, right? So it will do according. So it will pick up the selectors from here. I was not able to show you into the desktop application, but this is the web application. So we can go to the inspect and we can see the selectors to any of the field, right? So it will go, right? Okay. So now we was talking about the selectors, right? So if you go here, edit, right? So if you go to the edit, what are the different things we are having here, right? If you see here, right, we have these uh, options, window selector, right? Then we have strict selector, fuzzy selector, we have computer vision, right? We have anchor, right? So we are having such type of things already available here, right? So options will be auto apply changes, responsive websites, right? So this should be as it is, right? That there should not be change because it will try to adjust automatically based on dynamic selector or based on the application, right? So these options and window selector. So what is the window selector? Basically, window selector, like it will take, so we was talking, right? Automatically it will select the browser, which type of browser is, right? So here it is taking Chrome and it is taking Titan. Okay, like it's a RPA challenge website, right? So this also will be as it is, there will be no change, right? Then here we have fuzzy selector and strict selector and anchor as well. Okay, what do you mean by anchor? So we have seen. So what it is normally do, suppose if you want to write into any of the field, it will try to select or it will try to take a reference nearby. Okay, so we talk maybe, or I'm not sure have we discussed or not. Suppose we are giving any address to maybe your friends or anyone reaching to your home, we'll give the landmark. So that once that person reaches to that landmark, right, uh, they can come to our home easily. So similar way, anchor is nothing but a landmark. So it will try to find out some nearby reference so that it will be able to perform that action properly, right? So it's like a anchor. So anchor is always required or not, it based on the application to application, right? So suppose we was typing for a submit. So there we don't require anchor because it's a unique field. But here if you go and see, right, uh, type into the role in company, last name, company name and email, we have the same properties are there, but the field are different. So obviously here we need an anchor. So it has selected the anchor, right? Then we have strict selector, right? Then we have fuzzy select. Okay. So first we'll talk about fuzzy selector. Why we are having fuzzy selector, right? Because if something is dynamic, fuzzy selector will adjust accordingly. Okay. And you can see here into the strict selector, it has taken only the label as a tag. So if you see, if I remove this, right, for example, for this selector, right? So if even though you can go to the address, last name, company name, you can see that label. Okay, this property will be associated with all the fields, right? But if you go to the fuzzy selector, what it did basically, it has taken this AA name, okay, as an email, right? So it has taken this AA name as the email, means it has taken the name of the field, so it will perform the action accordingly. Okay, and at the same time we are having computer vision. Okay, it has taken as an email. So what normally computer vision will do, if you click on show all CV element, okay, so can you see how recognizing this particular thing, right? So computer vision is not always used. Okay, it's not always useful. So suppose I'm removing this computer vision, I removed it, right, and validate. Still it is work. Okay, still it is work. So mainly computer vision is required where we are having image based automation, okay, or thin client automation, right? But even though you are keeping it or not, it doesn't matter, right? What was happening into the legacy activities, if you add those things, right, it will it was increasing the execution time, it was impacting your performance of the execution, right? So we have to more uh, precise about those things, but after coming to this modern activity it doesn't matter. So you can check, even though after removing this computer vision or you are including the computer vision, right, there won't be any greater what we can say impact from the performance point of view, right? So we was talking about this ANA, right? So maybe I will cancel it. So if you go and right click on the inspect, right? So can you see this name basically, okay? Uh, right, this field name, right? It is taking perfectly, okay? So this name basically it is taking like a email there, okay? So that it will identify uniquely. Same way it will take for phone number, same way it will take for a company name and all the things, right? So if you want to understand in a better way, we need such type of uh, conditions or we need such type of real-time application, then we can understand in a very better way. But I just explained theoretically, right? So what we'll do, we'll need such type of situation, will need such type of real-time scenario. So I have such things with me, so we'll see those things time to time. Also, here we can pass the variable also. Okay, so if you want to make it dynamic and that value we want to pass through the variable, that also will say. Okay, but we need such type of scenario rather than theoretically, right? We'll go through the scenario so we can understand it a better. Okay, because selectors are very important part in our automation. Okay, because selectors will change or it behaves based on applications to applications, so selectors are playing very vital role in our automation. Okay, so now we'll move to the next problem statement. Okay, so what is our next problem statement? uh, Brainy code. Okay, I will give this URL to you people in case this, let me show you. Okay, so first time it will open like this. Okay, even though you are going to open it, right, it will open like this. So we have to click on this motivational. Okay, first motivation. If you click on the motivational, right, it will go to the brainycode.com. It will open like, then click on the home. So if you click on the home, it will open like, okay, it will open like this. Right? So what we have to do, we have to, maybe we'll check how many images are there. I just click on the first image. So how many images are there? One, two, three, four, five. Okay, good. So what is our problem statement? We have to go to this brainycode.com. Okay. Then click on the first image, right? This is the first image. As soon as we click on the first image, we have to take a screenshot of this. Okay. Screenshot of this code, this, right? And then we have to uh, save on our folder with unique. Once it is done, we'll click on the next button, this next. After going to the next button, again I have to take a screenshot of this and I have to save it to the folder with unique reference. Okay. So similarly, what I want to do, I want to do it for 5 screenshots, not more than that, not less than that. Okay, clear problem statement. Now we'll start building. Okay. Okay. So here we are not giving any data or something, right? So I will just enter. So we have to work on this browser, right? It will take grading and the property will be as it. Okay. Now this is the initialization. One more thing we have to do into the initialization. We have to click where we have to click on the first image, right? So if you want to click, right, we can use just normal click, okay, and indicate where you want to click. So I want to click here, okay. So within a click, we have double click, left click, right click, right? So it is picking perfectly, okay, and click on the gun. So here we have all those things, left click, right click, middle, okay. And if you want to like double click or something, right? So those options are already available, okay. So we have done for the initial. Now we'll go to the processing, right? So can anyone tell me which loop we have to use here? Which loop we can use for each, while, do while? Any guess? No?
Well,
Okay, do while. Any other thought? So see, sorry.
for loop,
Okay, for loop. Okay. So see, why for loop? Because if you go and see here, right, we don't have anything to give here, like in terms of data, right? Here we have condition. What condition? I want to take only 5 screenshots, for example, right? So here we have the condition. So obviously we'll not able to give the condition from the for each, right? So we'll not use a for each. Either we can use while, and Prince is also right. We can use a do while also. Okay. So there is only small difference between while and do while is okay. So if you take the while, right? So this is while, okay, and this is a do while. Okay. So here we have to give the condition. So first it will check the condition. Even though first time the condition is false, it will not go inside the body. But that is not case with the do while. So at least even though condition is right or wrong, it will execute one time. So do not use do while. Okay. Go forward. What is the condition? We'll talk later. Okay. Don't worry about condition. But yes, here we have to use a while. We'll not able to use for each loop because we have to give the condition. Like I want to perform the action 5 times, 6 times, whatever. Right? We have the condition. So condition we can give only in a while or do. So that's the reason we have to use this one. Now the next thing we have to take a screenshot of, right? So if you want to take a screenshot, right, we have the activity or action called as a take screenshot. Okay, see this take screenshot, right? So just indicate. But before that, we have to use application browser. This is mandate. Take this one where on this particular screen, right? Now go ahead and go to the text screenshot. So this is very good example where we will see selector things and other things as well, right? Indicate. So I think we have indicated, right? We have indicated. Now the next thing we have to save into the respective folder. So I have selected as a file. So if you want to save only as an image, right? Or if you want to save to the clipboard, right? Like copy something, right? So we have to save into the folder. So I will go here and I will create a one folder here called as a screenshots. Okay, screenshots. And this is a file name, huh? This is not a folder name. So I will use image, image.png. right? But here we have to do one more thing. We did not indicate. Okay, so I will indicate. I have indicated. Okay, confirm. It is targeting. Just click on the confirm. But just imagine every time it will try to save with this name. So what will happen? Either it will override or it will give the message like, do you want to override? So to avoid it, can you see this auto increment? So I will select as an index. So it will give the name like image 1, image 2, image 3 by its own. Okay. Now the next thing, we have to click on the next button. This is the next button. Okay. So we can use this click. Use this click. Okay. Use this click. Where we want to click? We want to click it here. Okay. I just click. Okay. So we have taken the screenshot, saved, right, and clicked on the next. Right. Now, for example, we can consider our automation as completed, right? And we'll see. So it will open the browser. It will click on the first image, right? Then it will go to the process and it will check the condition. We haven't given any condition, right? So we'll see how to give the condition. After that, it will take a screenshot. It will save this image and then again it will go for a condition, right? So we have to check even though if we are doing manually, right? Suppose we have thinking we have to take a screenshot. So we'll count, right? Like one screenshot we have completed, two screenshot we have completed, and accordingly, once five screenshot are completed, we will stop, right? Same thing we have to do here. So whenever we are taking the screenshot and we are saving it, right? We have to count by one every time, right? Or we have to add one into that particular count. So here what we will do, we'll use a counter variable. It will count it how many times we are doing this action, right? And then we'll give the condition. So I will use one assign. Okay, we'll use assign. Right, we'll create a variable for counter. Okay, so counter is equal to counter plus one. Okay, and here by default it will take a string variable, right? So counter is a number, so we have to take it as a int, right? And also we have to increase the scope because it is available in a do, right? And we have to give the condition here. So here, don't increase the scope to the flowchart. Just increase the scope to the process. Okay. So flowchart will also work, but we don't want to use it outside the processing, right? So what is a good thing? Process, right? So we can go here, right? And we can mention condition counter should be less than 5, right? So you people will ask why 5 because we have to take a 5 images, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. It will take only 4 images, right? But by default, it will start from 0. Okay. The value will start from 0 by default. Okay. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And as soon as it 5, it will, the condition will false and it will not go ahead to the further, right? So we can consider we are build automation. So what it will do, it will launch the browser, it will click on this image, right? Then it will go to the process. Now it will check is counter less than 5. What is the counter value now? 0. Okay. So 0 less than 5. Yes, it will perform the action and now it will increment the counter by 1. So 0 plus 1, 1, right? It will go. It will check. Counter means 1. 1 less than 5. Yes, it will perform that, right? So just imagine once the counter is 4. So it will mention counter 4 plus 1, 5. And it will go and it will try to check the condition. 5 less than 5, no, right? So it will stop. Okay. So understood like we have taken while loop here, how we have used this counter, why we have incremented it. So it's clear or any doubt? Clear, right? Okay. So go ahead, build it and run and see it is working on. Okay, we have to see few more things here, but just build it, run and see it is working or not. And if it is not working, why it is not. Okay, so just try.
Well, it's giving me an error that the extension is not installed.
Okay, you are getting that message. Okay, no
Yes.
worries. Uh, so just follow the steps. So what happens normally when you will install the UiPath, right? It will get automatically installed, but maybe by mistakenly we have clicked on. So what you can do, can you go to this extension? Okay, you can see
Okay.
here, and then click on the manage extension. So go here, click on manage extension. Right? Can you see like UiPath extension is available here? Just check.
It's good.
It's available, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So by default it will be disabled. Can you make it enable?
It's
Just
enabled as well.
okay. So please share this.
See, to share. What is it? This is
Okay. So this is
installed. This is
okay.
written.
So can you check like what you are doing? I just want to check one. Hmm. So how it work for RPA challenge?
That's where I got slightly confused because it's there and it's not coming at the start. It's coming at the later stage.
Because if it's working for RPA challenge, it should work here also.
Now, ideally, it has to give me an error at the first step itself. Correct? So the first step is working. It's going to the like the inside, and then
Mhm.
it was throwing an error.
Okay. Let the error come. Let the error come. It will take 30 seconds. Okay. Runtime execution error. No, no. So this is different, right?
No,
So
no,
what
no.
is
This has come now. The last time when I done, that was the error.
oh, okay. So now there is no issue, right?
Hoping this is expected.
Ah, okay, fine, right? So I will stop. So Pratiksha, Anisha, are you done?
Yes, sir, done, but
Mhm.
facing some issue.
Okay, you are getting error, right? Okay. So whatever the error we have got for prints, right? I think same error you people are also getting, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect.
Interrupting some ads in that website.
Okay, ads. See, okay, we'll see that as well, like how to handle any pop-ups or something. So what you can do currently, you can just close manually, Pratiksha. Okay,
Okay.
just close manually and then run. Anisha,
This
Yes, sir.
time,
so are you done till
Bebam,
this
now
point?
I got the
Yeah.
that extension error. Is it okay if I share?
Okay, yeah. So use browser the Chrome install inspiration could not communicate with the UiPath extension for the browser. So it is already installed, right? So what you can do, just close this because see, if the extension is not there, right? What it will do, even though it will not allow to take the click or it will not allow to take the screenshot, right? So just go there. We'll see.
It actually has launched. It has gone to this page and then it has become.
That's fine. Okay. So maybe what we can do, right? That is okay. This is I never seen such type of thing actually. If it is not there, then only it will have the problem, right? But what we can do, we can fix our this issue, okay?
Yes.
Selector issue, and then maybe we can see how it is working. Okay.
Okay.
Hmm. So first we'll resolve the selector issue. Okay. Might be because of that. Okay. So now what we did, suppose now I will run my flow. Okay. So that's the reason I did not run my flow. So I will run. Okay. So why it is doing this? Because we did not change the setting into the processing. Okay. So let me change the setting. Yes. So we have to mention close name and, and open also name. So let's okay. Right. So I let's go to the next step. Hmm. Right. So you just click on the next button. Okay. Now we'll get there. Okay. So we will get a selector issue, right? So it will say I'm not able to find this UI element and all the things, right? So let the error come. So you can see it is taking 30 second by default to throw the error. Why it is taking 30 seconds? Because it will try to find out that element on the screen. And if it is not getting, right, it will throw the error. So what it is saying, right? It seems, right, it is trying to find out this code, right? This is code, not communicate with the UiPath extension. So please make sure extend. Okay, so for me it's also getting the same. That's fine. Okay. So why we are getting this? Because initially, okay, initially this was the code. Okay, it does not matter how slowly you go as long as, right? So this was the code, and now the code was changed, right? So if you go to this, right, so here you can see, right, this image ID is there. Okay, this image ID is there. At the, so you can see it has taken. It does not matter how slowly you go, right? So go to the property. Okay, input, right? So this is our URL. This is our select, right? Go to the select. So where we are getting the error? We are getting the error here, right? So you can see here now the selectors are different. Okay, this one, right? And if you go here and click on the validate, ideally it should not validate. Okay, we'll go back. See, it is not validating, right? Why it is not validating? Because it is trying to search this title. Okay, this title, but this title is not here. So obviously it will give error, right? So what we have to do here, we have the either repair option or previously we have seen one thing, right? We can put the star. Okay, so this is there, right? So we can go and we can click on the repair, right? So it was saying selector was updated to the live element. So it has taken like this. Okay, Yang. So we don't know, right? If it is not there again, so see Yang is common, right? There and here. So what it did, whatever was the dynamic, it has taken mark as a star. But for this also, it is considering it is available. So better, right? What we can do, take this whole. Okay, hold and put the star. Okay, suppose you don't want to do this, right? Suppose someone will say, no, no, this is for me, it's little difficult, or I am not understanding. Let's see, it will work. Okay, so now if you don't want to do this, right? What we did basically, we repeat it. So I repeat. So it is doing like, okay. So what you can do, go to the next one. Okay, go to the next. And now click on validate. It will not work, right? So go here and repair. So now it has removed that eng, right? Now it should work forever. I like, right? Now click on the next. We can check one more or two more. So we can go validate and highlight. Now it is working, right? But if you are comfortable with this star, put the star. But after adding this star also, what you can do, you can go to the at least 2 to 3 images, right? Validate and highlight it. See, it is working perfectly well. Okay, click on the OK. Now you can see we did this. Perfect. Okay, now we can run. Okay, clear, right? Whatever we did so far. So now run. It's here. It has taken the screenshot. Now it is into the next image. Okay, let's see what is happening. See, as per the best practices, we should solve those issues at the beginning. Okay, but see, we have just started, right? So unless and until we are not seeing the error, how we'll understand, right? So that's the reason. Let the error come. See what is the error, and then we'll have that idea like where we have to change it, how we can find out this is a dynamic or not, right? So it should throw the error, I think. Okay, so now you can see, right? It worked perfectly fine for the this use browser, right? Now we are getting error for the text screenshot, right? You can see. And here also it is telling basically the UI element could not be located using this. Okay, so what we can do, we can stop. Now go here. Okay, go to the edit. Hmm. So you can see here it is not working. Okay, it is not working. Why it is not working basically, right? Because what it is doing, right? It is trying to find out this code. It does not matter, whatever the previous one, the first one, right? Which we have indicated. Okay, but now this is changing, right? So what we can do, as we discussed, right? We can remove this and we can put the star here. For example, this one from here, right? From here. I have removed it. We can put the star. Okay, validate. Validation cannot be performed if current selection is invalid. Okay, so we can see it's a, that's fine. We can click on confirm, right? Go here, edit that. Okay, still it's not working. So why it is not working, right? Even though you have updated the selector here, right? Can you see uh, here, okay, image ID, right? This image ID, and we'll go to the error. Okay, so we'll go to the error. What is the image ID it is trying to search? Do we have any image ID? Okay, they did not give any image. Okay, yeah, you can see here, right? I think it's like 14090, right? 140908. This is your image ID. Or you don't want to see here, right? You can go inspect. Can we see the image ID here? Okay. No, we are not able to see the image ID. Okay. Okay. Was there image? Still, we can't see. Right. See this one, image ID. Can you see this Q image 104254, right? If you change this image, okay, what will happen? That ID will also change. Okay. So again, I will do Control F, Control F, image. See, now this ID is changed, right? Even though you don't want to do this, right? Don't worry about it, right? If it's looking complicated, for example, right? So what we can do, right? Very simple if you understand, very easy way. So this is your selector you have taken initially, for example. Okay, I will just go here. Okay, so these are the selector, right? Where you can see image ID is this one. So what you can do, you can go to the another image, also capture the selector and see what is dynamic. This is the simplest. Okay, so you can copy this and put into the notepad, right? Then go to the next image, again copy. So you will understand what is changing. Put the star or asterisk there and go on. Okay, so there will be no headache. Right? In addition to that, if you go here, right, this ID is also changing, right? So we have to put the star here. Okay, valid. Now can you see it is working? Right? If you want to check with other, right? So go to this pause. It will give 3 to 5 seconds of time to move from one screen to another screen. And now you can see here also it is working perfect, right? So in this way we have made those selectors dynamic. So if something is changing, right, put the star. Now you can see there is an underscore, right? So every time this underscore will be there. So do not change if something is static. Only change if something is dynamic. Please make sure. Okay. In addition to that, right, check for strict selector also. Can you see the strict selector? So you can see into the strict selector, right? We have this image ID. So if I don't want to select this for this selector, right? Simply because there we have to uh, make the selectors dynamic 2 times. But if you go to the strict selector, right? Put the star, validate. Okay. Now it is working. Go to the another. See, it is working for, right? So based on application to application, we have to take such decisions like which selector we have to dynamic, where we have to dynamic, and all. And now you can see it is taking anchor. So what it is taking as anchor? Related topics, right? So I'm going to remove this anchor, for example, right? Still it is working. Because why? Accordingly, we made selector such a way we are able to identify this uh, image correctly, right? So that's the reason you can see there is no computer vision as selected, right? There are no fuzzy selector. We have only strict selector, and it's working perfectly, right? So then you will ask which is the best way. So I will suggest, in case if you are able to make the strict selectors dynamic and it is applicable, okay, because sometimes it is not applicable, then whatever we are doing, it will not be fruitful, right? But if you are able to do this, then go with this strict selector, right? Don't go with others. It should work perfectly fine. All okay. So now I will just click on the confirm. So now my view selectors will work for it. Okay. Now save will run and see. Okay. But before that, if any screenshots are there, okay, I will delete. Okay. Now I think it should work perfect. Let's okay. First screenshot is done. Now it is second is also done. Third, fourth, done. Right. So you can see it has finished. And now we can go and see, right, all the 5 different screenshots we are available. Okay. One more thing. Here you can see if you go right here, you can see here also this ID, right? For example, if this ID, you can see this, right? For every uh, right URL, it will right. So some here it is not giving any error. Why? Because we made the selector dynamically. But even though if you are making the selectors dynamically, right from here, and it is giving the error due to this URL, right? Then very simple, we can go ahead here also and we can put the star, right? This will also work for. Okay. Now the last thing is, suppose we have to close the tab, right? Whatever the tab we are working right here. If you want to close it, right? So can anyone tell me how can we close this? So very simple. Go to the end step, right? Activities, rules, application. Okay. So with this, indicate right this one, for example, right? Do this here and just mention the close always and open never, right? So now it should work, correct? So what I will do, I will run it. So let me. Okay, so I think it has done it on screenshot, right? Now it should close, but I think it's not closing, right? Let it. Okay. So where it is not working, in the end state it is not working, right? Because it is not getting those selectors, right? So what we can do, we can go here and here also we have to make those selectors dynamic, right? So go to properties, right? Selector, right? You can see we are having this selector, right? So I will go here. This also we have to put the star, right? Validate, highlight, it is working, right? Okay. So what I will do, I will go to the another page, for example, this page, right? And we'll test it is working or not. So now, one more thing I want to explain here. Suppose I have updated this thing here and I want to test, right? So it's not required to test the whole flow, okay? Unless and until it has the dependency on your previous flow. Huh? So what I will do, suppose I will open this manually, right? And I can go here Okay, and I can mention debug, and here we can mention run from this activity or run to this activity, right? So run from this activity means it will start running from this activity, and run to this activity means it will run only this activity, and we can click on the continue. I clicked on the continue. So what will happen? It will execute all the activities which is available in this particular scope. Okay. So here not required. Now it is working for. Okay. So in this way, if you want to test any particular portion or any particular activity very well, you can do that. But it should not have dependency on the previous activity. Then only. Clear? Any question, any doubt on making this selected item clear everyone? Okay. So now please go ahead and run and see if any error. Let